natural disaster. It's become a recurring incident. But of course, this was far worse than any that we have seen, both because of the vagaries of climate change. Aside from that, too, the pressures of urbanization. Accra being the capital, it is expanding at a very alarming rate. Of course, we've asked the Army to get involved in the flood mitigation measures, and then also NADMO and others are involved in relief, spreading of relief items. And so we want to look at what's been happening so far and what the measures we have to put in place going forward would be. Happily, the Minister of Finance has released some money from the contingency fund for us to be able to finance the mitigation measures going forward. We might not be able to completely eliminate flooding because it's a natural disaster that happens not only in our part of the world, it happens in other areas. But we can minimize it and make its effect less disastrous like what happened. In this particular case, all countries from Gabon to Cote d'Ivoire reported flooding and some loss of lives, some much higher than us. And like we Christians say, in everything we give thanks. And we hope that we should be able to work so that we ameliorate the difficulty that people are suffering.
Abusia yet work as any so the ane di kwa kopim ye education system and I say ye mumasium num and also for our ye mumasian sem ye honorable Haruna Idrisu Akasa Efa ye Bolly senior high school and I'm answer my course or ye nina and ye nimasem for front no say a police for was repa Bolly a horn no police for honor. One shall say papa no betre no na ede na famra kwan so esan se entimi ma se na owufo ede ne baba be hye wonsa se kire na de na wonfa ne mfa kwan we so no nti no ye be kire ne pa se oman a yetimu emra wom se emra nso womu a ya na ye wadwen se oman a wotimu no emra nim na de ya de emra eni ni bedi pa na yensa na ho ama afoforo nyina ye ama no yonko achechefo nyina se wontimi amfa obi ba eni agro na ye nhwe wo oman a yetimu se fa ho ekodi ekwa.
Or a student, don't spare the rod. And don't spare the rod. So the Director General of GES, there must be consequences for misconduct. Conduct that is not consistent with acceptable norms and code of behavior. And you must ensure that we are moving away from responsibility-centered discipline to progressive discipline. And you have the full authority of the state to move away from responsibility-centered discipline where you give them an opportunity to correct. We'll still give them, but your discipline must be progressive, and it must be one for which learners must pay for misconduct and teachers too must pay for misconduct. We've seen the example in Bole, unacceptable, shameful. So the police, we are watching you. And we are watching how you proceed with the investigation and how you go further to do the needful of prosecution to deter that unacceptable behavior and conduct of a teacher.
Abusia yeto akase ene so dia na edikwa kopemu ewe ye obi a onimunyamfo ogina mu edema wo manfo awoda mango ewo mrahye bedafie aye honorable Samuel Abuginapo ena wo kasa efa ye tribunals bills aba ho na wo kire se Say Yebeka say ye no so beka yen court ahodo mu a eyade se be ha adwen ye pa no ntino na ko no ko na adwen kire mu de a anka ye court ahodo mra na e woko no yen hwe na yen hye muki na yema yanim ko ho se be ya ye betimi adi so na se be boa ama bibia akoso yi papa yepe ewo yen court ahodo na enkoba se ye sen kwa kofa wi asa aba be kan we sa ebekwa koye bibia ho eni ntin ko no ko na adwen kire mu ewo ni nimdie mu de a na ko susu se yen court ahodo mra wo ho no yen hwe na yenfa eno anya adwuma na yen hwe se be ye adwuma yi se de emma no ese pepepe.
What we are known for and what the Ghanaian people are used to is a magistrate stroke district court, circuit court, high court, court of appeal, Supreme Court. The Attorney General and the government is before this house, asking this house to pass a bill for the establishment of regional tribunals with a chairman who should have the qualification or to be a high court judge and 2 lay people. That is what the Attorney General is asking us to do. And the question I ask, Mr. Speaker, respectfully, why do we need regional tribunals when we have a circuit district court, a circuit magistrate court, we have a district magistrate court, a circuit court, a high court, a court of appeal, a Supreme Court? Why must we have regional tribunals in addition to that? Mr. Speaker, if you read the report says they want to clear some 3,360 backlog cases. Why can we not strengthen the existing high courts, retool them, get more judges, get them more logistics, put in place equipment, computers to get fast-track systems into the high court, get them more clerks, get them more judicial officers, strengthen the high court, so that the high court, as we know in Ghana, and as we've known in the course of this 4th Republic, and as we've known in the First Republic, we've known in the Second Republic, we've known in the Third Republic, only when we had a military administration did we have regional tribunals. The high court that we've known in the history of our country since 1957, as we know, in all the jurisdictions, the famous jurisdictions, legal jurisdictions in the world, the United Kingdom, where we derived our law from common law, the High Court, where we know what we know from there. Why can we not strengthen the High Court in Ghana to clear this 3,360 backlog of cases?
Abusia ya de kase no ekwa kopie mu ewo yeye apomuden ho nsem bia na ni onyumanyamfo a oswafo a wo hwe yen apomuden nsem so ye honorable Kwabena Minta Akando ena wakasa na ochese eye weja wonum hospital ye pediatric hospital na ebeto odwa se wonum nini ama na sa akade a wonum di be ye adwuma afenso so hospital ni eja ne sinsin musa no wokyere se sesi ade aye crowd a womafo ebetimi ayuso anase wometimi ede adwuma na nyese wonum eto ni jeje hu anase wonum to ni paashi na emu no na won to sima anase wotoche wo niam bi hu efa ni sika sem ene niam bi a wonum ebetimi ede aye na boa ama hospital na nasa yaresabia no ejina ne naso ye na so sesi aide obetimi ede ne nsa asini bo akase wonum awie sanse contractor no ede hospital no abehye won sa wo kyerese wawie enu ntine free na akoyi aseminu kase ide eyade se hospital anasa yaresabia no ebehya se edi juma.
I inherited the project. It's a World Bank funded project, and in the course of the construction, the World Bank raised issues of what we call misprocurement. And so we had to deal with the issues of misprocurement. The Speaker, since then, we have on standby the full complement of staff for the facility, number one. The Speaker, we have invited the contractor on several occasions. In some instances, he sent his representative. The last meeting will take place on the 10th of this month. Today is on the 8th. So on the 10th of this month, the contractor is not in the country at the moment. We have invited him, and on the 10th was his request that he will be available personally for us to conclude on the matters. So, Mr. Speaker, let me put it on record that it's not as though the facility has been fully completed. There are no issues, and government deliberately do not want to commission. Mr. Speaker, as we sent people from the Ghana Health Service to the facility, there are equipment that have not been installed, and there are others that have been installed, but we don't have complete access, and the project has not been handed over to the ministry. So we are engaging with the contractor to resolve the issues so that the project will be fully handed over to the ministry for its operationalization. So, Mr. Speaker, once again, I put it on record that the project has not been fully completed, one. Two, the project has not been handed over to the ministry for its operationalization. Mr. Speaker, I can assure you that if the project is handed over this morning, in the next 24 hours, we don't even need to do any fanfare. We will commission the project because we have a full complement of staffing for that particular facility. I thank you for the opportunity.
Abusia 90 a minister honorable Kwabena Minta Akando and I attend in Kano. Ya washe ni mu se contractor no ede ayaresabia no ebe shenisa no nse onya de shenisa wo be the odibema wo manfo na watimi ede won djuma. Abusia yeto akase no so dia na ede kwa kopie mu eweye Akufom constituency ne ho ena onyamfo a wogina mu ema wo manfo ho ye honorable Joseph Azuma kasa no chere se wo bepie ni mpasua no so wode a ye ni bibi a chere se osuku ni we di ofiri ba bi e wo bi na we free dia woni bi ana se hiafo ana se sikafo esan se march na afia e wo mu march busumi e twa mu ye ni da ne to sunum no wode ye education support initiative bi ba ya eno ebo ama wo manfo a wo ho no sukufo wo ho no etimi aboa won yi papa efa no adisua nsemu eno nti wo bepie ni mpasua so wode a ye ni se abofra we ofiri bia e wo bi na abofra we on free bia eni bi na emu wo mu nyina e wo ho a obi a ebo ne bra se be ye ne beboa ama won adisua nsem no akoyi wode sa nsem wo nyina tu dwa bra ni mpasua so fo adisua fo wo ho bi e ba besra no e wo ye mra se be dwa fie na wode sa nsem we etu dwa.
On the 5th March this year, to launch one of the bold initiatives that I have for them to enhance their education and that of the education in the district at large. So I went there to give them exercise books. I have so far printed 60,000 free exercise books, distributing to all the students in the district. I went there to launch the initiative. That very day, I gave them 1,000 copies. I also have an initiative of supporting the needy students with uniforms, which I also distributed 500 school uniforms that very day to Damponyase and Wamase. I have so far invested hugely when it comes to education in the district because I believe that education is the only bridge that can bring the poor and the rich together on one table. And that the important investment we can make for the future is investing in education. So I've always put a lot of resources in there. I'm building a school with my common fund at Wamase. Last year, I awarded the best 30 performed BEC students, which I will do this year as well. I've so far distributed motorbikes to all the circuit supervisors in the district so that they can do effective monitoring and supervision. I've so far given laptops and other equipment to the district education office.
Ni krakra mu enode aye nsembi ekoma adisuafo nyina se wonu menfa wadisua ye serious pa isan se unfiti prekope na wo mba meka se wo ye teacher ni ana wo ye doctor na emonu eye djuma ubesua de obetina wotoso na wasua de eno nti no mfa wadisua ensem ye pa afi soso no eba no won apomude hu nsem a wo ma wani nko hu ye pa isan so na no recruitment e course yi ebeto odwa interior minister ide beto odwa se omanfo ebe se 1300 ena na ye ho ye wonu screening no na wo nya HIV eno nti no adisuafo no entwi won hu free nyama bia edi won ye apomude hu nsem no ebe kwa atwe no wonchi won hu free hu no ma wani nko won disua hu yi se be ye na beboa na timi aboa won daachi edi won asiyi.
So I took the opportunity to talk to them today, tell them, remind them that their future depends on what they do for themselves today. It's not by miracle for you to become a doctor, for you to become a minister, for you to become a member of parliament, for you to become a teacher, and many more. It's about how you want your future to be. You have the power in your hands. So far as your parents and other people are ready to support your education, you have to be committed. You have to dedicate yourself. You have to put in effort, be disciplined, respect your teachers, respect elders, and be obedient to them when they talk about, when they give you instructions. You listen to them. You go by their instructions. And if you are able to do that and you pay attention to your teaching, your education, future, you become a great person in the future. So I also reminded them about yesterday, the Interior Minister account to the committee when he mentioned a very serious issue of about 1,300 applicants who were, after the medical examination screening it came out that they have HIV. So the thing is real, and that nobody is immune. If you don't take care of yourself well, and you end up sleeping with guys here and there for money or for whatever means, at the end of the day, you get it, you contract it. So I also reminded them that there is that danger ahead of them. All of us, we should be careful the way we do things.
Abusia hana brebe makwan na no pa HB no nsia kase e de besumo no ye dini nyina ebesi nyanta chiwa kezia eyemidi no mienu bo a na se du mienu bo ade aka e wachire bia no ye de beba besumo maka.